Today, we will be diving into one of the most well known and loved stories from the Bible, the parable of the Good Samaritan, recorded in Luke 10:25 through 37. This story provides us with a powerful message about the importance of showing compassion and empathy toward others and to be a neighbor to those in need. The parable of the Good Samaritan is a beautiful and dramatic story that has been told and retold for generations. It begins with a conversation between a lawyer and Jesus. The lawyer asks Jesus what he must do to inherit eternal life. In response, Jesus asks him what the law states, and the lawyer confidently replies that one must love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. Jesus agrees with the lawyer's response and tells him that he has answered correctly. However, the lawyer is not satisfied and asks Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" In response, Jesus tells the story of the Good Samaritan. He describes how a man was beaten and left for dead on the side of the road. Both a priest and a Levite walk by and do nothing to help. But a Samaritan stops and shows compassion by tending to the man's wounds and taking him to an inn to rest. The parable of the Good Samaritan can teach us a great deal about how we should live our lives. It challenges us to be compassionate, loving, and kind towards others, especially those who are different from ourselves. We live in a world that is often divided by race, ethnicity, religion, and social class. It's easy to become so absorbed in our own lives that we forget the needs of those around us. But as followers of Christ, we are called to be neighbors to all, just as the Good Samaritan was to the man on the side of the road. In conclusion, the parable of the Good Samaritan is a powerful reminder of how we should treat each other. It's a call to action by the compassionate, loving, and kind towards all of our neighbors, regardless of who they are or where they came from. By following this example, we can bring about true change in our communities and make the world a better place. So let us go forth and be good Samaritans to those around us. Thank you for listening to the God is Awesome podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode and have a blessed week.